Alright, so apparently the craze of the internet for the past 48 hours or so are these sex dolls that are going around. And a lot of men are seriously talking about investing. A lot of dudes have already got on here and spoken their piece about it. And they're like, oh snap, man, these sex dolls, it's over for y'all females. They're going to replace y'all. And I'm like, dude, calm down. It is not that serious yet. But here's the thing. Let's weigh this out right here. Let's talk about the pros, the cons, and the in-between. The pros are pretty obvious. I mean, you don't argue with them, you don't yell at them, they don't have periods, you don't have to worry about taking them out on dates, they don't get pregnant, you don't have to pay child support, you don't have to do any of the things you don't have to do to go out of your way to impress or end up maintaining a woman for a relationship. Shit, by spending $2,000 on one of these things, in the long run, you save $10,000. Also, you don't have to worry about meeting the parents, you don't have to worry about STDs, you don't have to worry about breakups or getting in fights or none of that stuff that you have to worry about when dealing with women. And here's the biggest ones. They don't have mood swings. They don't have feeling. Guess what? They're always in the moods. And the number one thing is they're faithful. They don't cheat. Also, the con, you could pretty much say is the same thing as the pro, is that the fact that these things don't have a life and they don't have feelings or emotions. What if you want to take this thing out to the club? What if you want to introduce it to the family? What if you want to say, introduce it to your homeboys, like, hey, man, I got this sex doll. They're like, people gonna think that there's something wrong with your ass, being involved with a sex doll. In a mind of their own. A lot of y'all ass is going to be in trouble because all of a sudden they're going to get tired of being stuffed in the closet like an object and they're going to think that they're a real person. And guess what? They're going to end up trying to hurt, harm, and kill your ass. And of course the in-betweens is, well, nobody's actually went out and bought one of these things yet. How do we know that a lifeless sex doll is going to stack up and compare to the real thing? Also, spending $2,000 on one of these things. Like, what if you get tired of it within the first 90 days? And what if you want something different or you want something real again? We got people actually taking it a step further and saying that this could be a form of population control, which is neither here or there. I'm not really too worried about that because we have all these other forms of birth control like condoms and pills and the shot and IUDs and people getting their tubes tied in vasectomies. And yet, look at the world population. It's still 7 billion. And also, one final point on the neutral side of this whole thing is that you pay $2,000 for this thing and you get to keep it for life. But this thing is going to put prostitutes, escorts, and strippers completely out of business. Now, like I said, you can decide whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And then I'll leave that up to you guys. But as far as how I feel, like, I don't think that I'd spend $2,000 on one of these things. I mean, especially because, like I said, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, nobody knows if this is comparable to the real thing or not. And like I said, there's 7 billion people on this planet. There's 3.4 billion who are men, and then there's the other remaining 3.6 who are women. So I don't understand what the problem is. But like I said, if you want to spend $2,000 on this thing, more power to you. But you just better get some kind of a fail-safe system, or you better get some kind of money-back guarantee, just in case the thing decides to grow limbs or decides that it wants to become the T-1000 and kill your ass. But anyway, I just wanted to speak my piece on this right quick. What do you guys think about it?